Hi everybody, it's your girl Sirika Bell. Okay, I must say I'm super excited today. Thank you very much for everybody who subscribed to my YouTube channel. I am very encouraged. Now the thing is, once I just see that somebody has subscribed, I'm happy. Nothing else is added to it, just the fact that somebody has subscribed. I'm happy. It means that somebody is seeing my video. I'm just happy about that. Please, for all those who left the comments, thank you very much. They were all very encouraging. Today's topic is kind of very special to me as a person. Um, Let me start by saying that I grew up in an environment where marriage counseling was taking place, and almost every day we'll find couples trooping into our house to come and my husband did this, my wife did this, and they want counseling. Personally, I didn't know if that's where I grew interest for in relationship or, but the truth is, personally, I love to talk a lot about relationships, and it breaks my heart to see women who are suffering in their marriages or in their relationships, women who are in their relationship or in their marriage where they are being abused physically or emotionally or mentally, um, women who are in relationship where they are being stressed out. Now the truth is, I'm not saying that men are not being stressed out. I'm not saying that men are not also abused, stuff like that. But I'm only saying that on a general note, I hate to see women or I hate to see anybody go through stress on a general note. But when it pertains a woman, it gives me so much concern. Now, not just because I'm a woman, but because if we actually place this, they are actually carrying a lot more than the men. What I mean is, almost on a daily basis, you find more women who are saying that okay, this is how much stress I'm going through and all of that. Now, this video is dedicated to ladies. In fact, once you're a woman, once you're a lady, a teenager, a child, once you're female, I think you should see this. Now, I'm not saying the men will learn anything from this, but I'm thinking the women will. It's actually dedicated to the women. All right, let me go right into the show. You're all welcome. Please take a seat. You will enjoy this one. Okay, in compiling this, I actually had a talk with some people, and some other people felt that um, a marriage is something that must come with challenge. It's either he's cheating or he's a wife beater. For some other people, they simply look at marriage as maybe something that never works. And for some other people, they think it works, it's just that it's almost not possible. The truth is that it's possible, it works, and all men are not wife beaters, neither are they cheaters. That's the truth. So, how to find that kind of person that you will enjoy your marital life with is what I'm going to be discussing on this video. Now, I'm only going to be saying as a woman, as a woman, as a woman, not because the men are not relevant, but because this edition is prepared basically for the women. Number one, I think you should first of all believe that it exists. Mind you, this video, though, my opinion, and my opinion are built on three things: the Bible, and experiences, and finally books. First of all, believe it exists. Now, I hate to hear people say that a good marriage is not possible. Most of the time when they say marriage have challenges, they always point it that there should be one person who wants to drain another person's blood in the marriage. It's not always like that. A good marriage is very possible. Now, this edition is not going to be carrying every of the tips, so you could also wait for the next edition that will be carrying some other tips on how to have a good marriage as a woman. Number one, believe it exists. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. Even if you don't have any points to 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 add to your claim, just believe it. A good marriage exists and I will have one. And then work towards that. How one of the ways to work towards that is by equipping yourself the more. What do I mean? It's true that somebody doesn't come to marry you because you can cook. Like that is one of the reasons I don't even want to talk about somebody coming to marry another person just because the person can cook. If that's the case, then you go marry a chef or someone who owns a restaurant. The truth is, equip yourself. Everything that can be done and that you're interested in, just learn how to do it. It's add to your portfolio. It's not actually it's not your partner's thing, it's your thing. For instance, I can braid hair, I can cook, I can do this, I can do that. It's actually something that makes me a bit more comfortable. So if I'm in an environment where I cannot find somebody to braid my hair, I could actually braid my own hair by myself. So it's actually my thing. So I could make soaps, I could make perfumes and all of that. It's a quality thing, because most people will prefer to be with somebody who has more qualities than somebody who has less. Imagine when you're a woman and all you are is just a woman. No, seriously. So if I get what can you do? Nothing. I am just a woman, or I have fine face. It doesn't add anything to the. But imagine when you are in a relationship with somebody who can do so many things. It's kind of a pride, not just for the person but for you. Secondly, learn to choose the person you want to be with. The choices should be benched on so many things, but material things are not one of them. Now, I won't be blind to say that marriage won't work without money. Of course, it won't work without money. For of course, there are responsibilities in marriage, and we're going to have children, so we need to get a job and all of that. But the truth is, material things will not let you pick the right person, because most of the time the right people are not financially buoyant. I said most of the time. I didn't say all of the time. So if you have, as a woman, material things in your mind, it will always disturb your your opportunities to pick right. It will always disturb those opportunities to pick right. There are so many things we can look forward to that does not concern material things. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people on this earth that are very, very rich. And if your dream is only to marry a rich man who can give you money for shopping, who can buy you a car and all of that, then you're not dreaming big enough. And that is not all that it is to marriage. As marriage is a more serious business than just driving a car and going for shopping or going to another country to relax and all of that. Now, those things are good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm only saying that there are more important things concerning marriage. When it has to do with marriage, there are more important things that a woman wants that is bigger than just material things. So you hear people saying, I have a standard. A man who doesn't end up to 100,000 naira a month should not tell me he wants to marry me. And I'm like, so you mean if a good person who has worked on his character but does not earn up to 100,000 naira a month comes to you, you won't marry that person? And you mean if a very wicked person that earns more than 100,000 comes, you'll marry that person? That means you're literally with your legs walking into a very dangerous marriage. Now, I am not saying that all good people are poor or all bad people are rich. No, that's not my point. My point is, your benchmark, what qualifies you or what disqualifies you, should be more than how much you have as a man. And I mean it exactly the way I said it. Seriously. Now, it is very easy to get money, but it's more difficult to get character. For instance, if I get married to somebody who does not have so much money, and we want to make money in a few months, it's possible. If we have God on our side and we both go to work, it's very possible to actually have a shift from where we were before we got married into where we dream to be. It's where we want to be as a couple. Now, it's also possible that how do you blame somebody that he does not have a particular amount of money? Nobody wants to be broke. No sane person wants to be broke. No sane person wants to live in poverty. So if it is a choice thing, I want to have so much money around me. So you cannot blame me and say you won't be with me because I do not have money. It is not my choice. But there are things which are actually the man's choice. Now, let me give this as a note. It is actually a man's thing to go after a woman. Now, it's kind of a duty for them. That simply means that a man can even walk up to a married woman and say, I love you. Because it's kind of a duty. So it's nothing special. Right? So If it were to be a duty to approach them, then I could just say, okay, this man is responsible and he's doing well, so I just go and meet him and say, okay, let's get married, I love you. But it's because it is not our duty, it is the man's duty. That is why we have to wait somehow, in quotes, so that they come to approach us. It's possible that almost everybody would come to approach you. So, how do we select the right people? Is what I want to discuss now. First of all, there are values that matter a lot in marriage, and that has almost nothing to do with money. How patient is this man? How encouraging can this man be? In the marriage, there will be times when I'll be down. What does he know about marriage? What does he know about training a child? What is his perspective about marriage? How does he see a woman? To some men, women are liabilities. You cannot marry that kind of man that thinks a woman is a liability. There is nothing on this earth you will do to please him. It's the truth. Because I noticed very recently that most women have this passion inside of them. Let me just find a man who meets up to this and this and this, then I can help him achieve the rest. The truth is, most of the time it doesn't work. Especially when the things you want to help him achieve is not the things that are already inside of him. Imagine me, okay, so I'm marrying this man, then I'll not start teaching him. Today is day one. You have to have patience when you're dealing with other people who also have children. You know, it's funny, he never was a patient person. So it's going to be difficult, it's going to be impossible to teach him that. But it is easy to help him find a job. Yes, it's very easy. Okay, maybe he didn't say it. You help him place his CV there, and they call him, and he's working there. He's earning more money. Simple. Or you can even help him finding some potential that he said, okay, you mustn't work for somebody. You can do A and B and C. So money has never been the real problem. The real problems are so many, and they're bigger than money. I want a man that will respect me. So whether he has money or not, it doesn't. Okay, for instance, it's not my fault that I don't have so much money. So many people will say, but when you say something like it's not my fault that I don't respect women, everybody's like, wow, we don't get it, brother. What did you just say? I want a man that will respect me. There are so many women in their marriage that do not even have a say. Once it's the woman saying it, the man is like, I don't want to hear it. I cannot imagine living my entire life in that kind of a house. You bring up a suggestion, your husband looks at you and he's like, it's not worth it. And I want a man who will introduce me to his family as his wife. There are so many women who are in their marriages and the family members are oppressing her, the man's family members, and the man is like, you need to respect every one of them to the last born, and you do not fight or challenge them. He cannot even stand up for the woman, because he prefers the family members to that woman. You would not want to live in that kind of a house. Most of them are very wealthy. So at that point in your life, it will just dawn on you that it wasn't all about money. That's it. It will just be clear. Okay, truly, it wasn't all about money. Some ladies have this money thing as the only thing they want, and they feel having that is being a high class lady. To me, I think that is wrong. That is not being a high class lady. Is that I can foot every single thing I want by myself. I can foot my bills by myself. That's high class for me. And if I cannot afford it, I simply leave it. Some women, what makes you attractive to them is that you buy them a big phone, and I'm like, okay, let's not talk about that. Okay, please. Most of the time, you tell me, okay, how do I know that this person is have patience and have all those qualities that are needed in a marriage? How do I know? Most of the time, people tend to pretend. Okay, let's look at it this way. Most of the people who come for job interview, how do you know that this person is qualified for the job? How do you know that this person is a joker and he should get out from your office? Simple, by talking most of the time. I have not gone for a job interview where they kept something at the door that is going to check your heart and all of that. Most of the time, what you say shows exactly how you think. And that is my point to ladies. Always be how is this man thinking? It is bigger than whatever he has today. Now, there's one bad thing about money. There's no guarantee that somebody who's rich today is going to be rich tomorrow. There's no guarantee that someone who's poor today will never be rich. Simple. So how is this man thinking is always a basic for me. If a man thinks that a woman, the only use for a woman is to produce children, then I'm sorry, we cannot help him. We can't. He should go and look for how to help himself. I'm serious. We can't help him at this point. We are advising him he should go and look. We are looking for who to marry us. We are not looking for who to help. There are there are counselors. So you will go and need somebody to help you. Since all you think about a woman is just that she'll help produce my children, then I think he needs somebody to help him. We cannot help him, sorry. We just cannot. So how he thinks is always going to be very important to me. So how do I find out how he thinks? By what he says most of the time. Now, sometimes we say things because we're planned to say them. Those things most of the time are not valid, right? They are not valid. They could make me laugh, they could make me think you're a interesting person, but they are seriously not valid. What does he think when he passes by a man that is a woman being beaten by a man? What does he think? Some people will carelessly say you don't know what the woman did. The woman deserves beating. Just know that inside of this man, that he still has that intention that one day he still has it inside of him that beating a woman is right. I think that should lead to a very long conversation, and the conversation will only end when I'm very sure that you have outgrown that part. Or better still, if you know you cannot handle it, just leave him. That's enough to leave him. Seriously, this is my opinion, of course. So you can argue with it, you can fight it, but first of all, listen. Because it's heartbreaking to see how many women are suffering in their marriages. Very, very heartbreaking. Secondly, what if we're watching a movie and then he just says something like, maybe there's a scene in the movie when somebody is asking for favor and he just sees all these beggars. You know that he has a problem with giving to people. It doesn't matter what he gives to you. Most of the time in a relationship, when you people are dating and all of that, what he does for you does not really matter as much as what he does for other people. Now, only a foolish man is going to pretend or is going to act like he doesn't like you and all of that. Because necessarily they will always want to show you that, okay, I can take care of you and all of that. But the truth is, what they do for other people shows us whether that thing they are doing is inside of them or not. That's the truth. For instance, if I'm with a man that, he feels so much pain for other people, he wants to help them and all of that, then we know that that thing he's doing is inside of him. But if he's doing it only for me, then he's trying to act it. It's not actually inside of him. Next point is, be very sure that you're ready for marriage before getting into it. It's not like, okay, as a joke, I was just joking, I'm about to get serious and all of that. No, be very sure you're ready for it. Finally, please stay away from desperation. I don't care how old the lady watching this video is. The truth is, if you want to get married, you will. Believe you can, pray for it to come your way, and live up to standard. You will get married. The desperation amongst ladies now is too much. I bet I'm permitted to use that. It's excess, and it makes them riders somehow. Because you see somebody, I've even seen ladies that are 18 years, just 18 years, and they're already complaining, I want to get married, I'm tired of staying in my father's house, I want to stay in a man's house and all of that. The desperation, there is nobody that's ever gotten anything good from being desperate. It doesn't just work out like that. You cannot be desperate and get something good. It doesn't just work out like that. I would have loved to share my experiences about when I was desperate about getting a phone or something like, a phone, of course. And trust me, I got 3 phones that were not what I really wanted, simply because, and guess what, when I relaxed my mind, I was like, thank God I have something small that somebody can always call me. And that's it. Immediately something exactly what I was waiting for came. Desperation will give you nothing but fake. Once you, oh, this man just came into town, you, oh, and then you're all over him. It never works like that. It never works like that. Some people take it upon themselves to do crazy things to prove that they are ready for marriage. How in God's name is going to cook for somebody showing that you're ready for marriage? How? Or showing that you're a good wife material? There are some things you should cut away from your life. See, whether they're good or bad, I don't just do them because it's just my thing. I don't just do them. Please, desperation has cost us a lot as women, and I'm advising young ladies, stay away from desperation. No matter how old you are, no matter what the society is saying, no matter what the next person close to you is saying, do not be desperate. Just believe that I can get married and I can get married and I can have a good home. And then pray about it. That's all. You can talk to God about it. And once you've done that, relax. Forget about anything else. Alright. Thank you very much for watching my videos. And you can always leave me a comment in the comment section. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Sylvia Gabriel. And my videos can also be downloaded from my Facebook page, my opinions on Facebook. And please don't forget to share, like, leave a comment, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and bye.